Hey guys, and welcome to Wizard Warfare with me, Time and Tactics. This game was released on Steam the other day, and it's a 4X fantasy game. It reminds me a bit of Conquest of Elysium, maybe of Dominions 5, Master of Magic, Deity Empires, those kind of games. If you played any of those, you'll kind of know what I'm talking about here. But let's go ahead and take a look at this. I'll make it a Let's Play. We'll see how far I get in the game. Let's go for New Game. So when you start the game, we have to set up a couple of different options for the world. World size medium, that seems reasonable. I don't really know enough to say what's the best here, but let's go with a medium. The world type, cylindrical, generates a map with impassable polar regions at the north and south, and wraparound at east and west. That seems good to me. Yeah, let's do that. And then we have the hilliness, low, medium, and high. So this is going to affect how many of these we get on the map. Hills and mountains. Fertility, same thing. And then special, how many special resources we have. Medium also, again, sounds good for me. Research speed is normal. So if you want to make, for a different game, I think quite a bit of a different game, you can change that here. Random seed, so that would be to generate the map. It's a pseudo-random. Okay, so we get the same map. So if you want to play the same map as I do, just pick this number here. AI enemies 5. Yeah, that sounds good as well. Can go up to 8. Difficulty normal. Probably I don't think I would be able to defeat the AI on anything higher than normal. And neutral cities medium. What does that control? How many of them? Okay. Neutral layers, how many as well? Yeah, if you play Deity Empires, for instance, you'll recognize this here. Layer capture rewards, medium, and neutral difficulty medium. And here's our wizard Agvor. Now let's go with Agvor. The wizard path. So that's going to affect what type of units we can recruit. Each unit will have the ability to cast different, well, if it's a magical unit, to cast spells. And depending on what they have, they will get different options. Nature here. Is nature better or worse? I don't really know. Yeah. Maybe we'll go with nature. Should we go with holy? Maybe I will go with holy instead. I'm thinking healing. So, anyway, let's go ahead and start the game and see what we get. Alright, so here's the game. It's a little bit rudimentary as far as graphics, but there's actually quite a bit to this game, so hang in there for a minute. We're looking here. I'm not a big fan of this highlighted green. It just basically shows you how far out you extend here, I think. But if I deselect, actually let me go ahead and deselect here. Now we're looking at our capital. So we can zoom in with the scroll wheel here. And the graphics is a little bit basic, right? But hopefully we'll improve that as time goes on. We are looking here at a city, as you can see. And the broccoli over here, I think it's broccoli. That is our food, you can see here. And we have production, we have gold, and we have money. So anything within here, we can work in this city. If we have enough workers. We have 5 right now. 5 total population, you can see up here. And we're working in this tile here. The icon gets bigger when they're working on it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 5. I guess these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pardon me. Okay, so that's our city, right? So the city box is up here. We have 17 turns until we get another population. That's our growth. Nobody is rebelling here because we have a garrison, as you can see there. Otherwise, we would have some of them not working. And depending on which hex you pick for them to work, they're going to produce different things. And in our case, there's a lot of food here on this fertile plain, I think it is. And to check that, you can't see that here, but if you select outside, no, if you do exit and then hover over it or click on it, you can see fertile plain produces 2 broccoli food and 1 production. And if we go back into the city here, you can see we get 3. Why do we get 3? Well, our buildings are over here. And the granary here is a large silo for the storage of grain and other foodstuffs. Storage allows farmers to be more productive. Timing their seasonal harvest to provide the best yield. So we can right-click on that. +1 broccoli on fertile plains tiles. And that's what we have here. So that's why we get 1 more. So if you don't understand why you get the number here, just look and see what you have. Like we have the marketplace here. We get +2 income, and then +3 income per citizen that we have, and we have 5. So you can see how the numbers are adding all up here, and you can just hover over it. It's pretty nice. The tooltips are not bad here. It makes it much easier. I wish all games had tooltips everywhere. Below this box here, by the way, we have the orders that we can give to the city, how they're going to focus their efforts. Right now, default, I think it's like balanced. And then we can tell them to do different things. We can also do it manual, so I can just move these around like that if I wanted to, and that switches over to manual. But let's do balanced. I think that's good. I don't know enough to be able to say what we can do. And when I settled a city before, the city I settled, the new city, was much smaller. It was only 1 hex outside, so I think they grow over time. I don't know at which rate, though. If we do that, we would be maybe able to take advantage of the horses over here. And the horses, well, it's on a plain, gives 1 food and 1 production, and then 1 more production and 1 more gold. So that's tempting, right? It's interesting if we can get that out there. Every terrain here has different characteristics. We can see we have fur over here, giving us more money, and money is up here. But right now we're losing money because we have our army, so we got to think about that, what we can do about that. Getting more population probably would help. And down here we have a swamp, and there's a shadow gem, so 1 gold and 1 mana. Our mana is up here, and it's used to, as you can imagine, cast spells and things like that. And we have 2 of those actually over here. So are we actually using those? We're not using them, so they're not providing any money. Instead, we're going for food here, so we can get we can get the next population quicker, and that's probably a good idea. As long as we have food here, enough food, let's go for that. But it's 2.5. It's expensive. We're not making anything really here. We're using this one. Here would give us 1 more. If I deselect this one here and pick this one instead, that might be better. There's only 2 food here. Here we get a gold and, it's less production now too. And production means it's going to be slower to build. So let's go down here. Let's do balanced again. There, and they pick that automatically. So what kind of terrain do we have around us? Well, we have the fertile plain. That's really good. 2 food and 1 production. Here we have regular plains. 1 food and 1 production. We have swamp. 1 food is really quite bad. And then we have forest. 1 food and 1 production. Hills, we saw that. There are other ones here. Shallow water. Desert, as you can see. Not very tempting there. Anyway, that's our capital. By the way, those circles here, they show how far we are along to getting another population here, and how far along we are to building something else. Very handy, actually. And by the way, on the right-hand side, you can also see actionable things you got to do. You're not doing research. We're not doing research right now. So things to keep in mind there. Anyway, going back into the city, what do we need to do here? Well, looking at the right here, we have a wizard's tower. The wizard's tower is required, or you'll lose the game, it says. I believe them, so let's not lose that. We have the granary. We're paying 1 coin, 1 gold in upkeep there. The marketplace is producing, actually, for us. Yeah, like we said here, 2 income plus 0.3 per citizen. So that's why we get 3.5. A blacksmith is giving us production, so it's going to be quicker to build things. And, it does cost us a little bit of upkeep, though. Wooden walls cost us upkeep as well. That's all we have here. Below there, we can toggle siege defense mode, use judgment. I haven't actually used this yet, so I don't know exactly what the impact is. And then here, ranged weapons. I guess we can just tell them, what to do during a battle. We can do courtyard if it's going to be further back, I think. Ramparts is going to be up front, defending with their ranged units. And we'll get the combat later, but that's going to come into play, I guess. In our city, we have a little bit of a defense force. We have 20 units of bow militia, 10 sword, and 20 spear, and 3 archbishops. That's just the ones that are in the city itself. We can't mess around with them. We can't take them and give them orders to leave the city. These are going to stay there, and they don't count for the garrison here, I believe. If we go down, as I have the city selected, I can select any army in the city by selecting this flag here. So what do we have here? This is the city garrison, it says. Well, these are swordsmen. These are not the same as the ones we saw, the bow militia and whatnot. These are units we can actually use. So by looking here, this is what we see now. All of these are selected. And if they're selected, you can see what they have, the movement range. And this is this green area, heavy overlay you can see over here. I don't know if that's really required in my mind. It does provide a nice view to see how far you can go. But you can't go that far anyway. Units don't seem to have very much movement. I would have preferred almost if it was just like, as you move the mouse would show you how far you can go, right? As you have a unit selected. Not a big fan of this, but anyway, it does work. So we have 4 units selected here. These are the ones we have in the city currently. We get some free units, and it's pretty cool actually. We have a this here is a company of swordsmen. You can have up to 9 units in here, I think, maybe 10, but 9. And we have 3 right now. These are squads. So here's a squad of 10 units. In the battle itself, each unit will partake. So we're going to have 30 little units running around on the map, on the battle map when that happens. We have 2 movement points and 2 left, so we can move them out. We can disband them as well. Don't want to do that. And then we have a settler for free right away. We can produce more. Let's just do that in the city and move out. And that's probably good to get that settler out there quickly, I think. And we have a scout as well. Actually, it looks like 5 scouts in this squad. And then finally we have our magic users here. This company is called Holy Caster. It has a mix of units. They look almost the same, but if you look down here, this shows you what kind of magic skills they have. And there are 2 different kinds in here. We have 1 priest and 2 monks over here. So if I select them, I can take a look at them. I can right-click here to see the priest has what? Level 2 here in Holy and 1 nature. So that's pretty interesting, right? He does get nature. And there's a lot of information here. Maybe we'll go over that a little bit later, but you can see we have a lot of stats there. And then the monk itself, right-click on that. We'll see he's level 1 magic, level 1 nature. This monk, not that good, right? The other monk here is level 2 holy. So it's okay. Those are good, but not as good as the priest, right? So we have 2 different kinds of monks here. So if we were to cast a spell now, a ritual, a spell outside combat, we can go down here. If you have a unit selected that has magic, like this one, if you deselected, you can't do it. But if you have that, you can go ahead and select this one here, cast a ritual right now. What can we do? Well, we can do summon wolves. 20 mana is that going to cost us? We have 50. We generate 3 per turn. Not that much. It's a nature spell. So only the ones that have nature can do it. And we have 2 units of that. I pressed escape there to get out of that. These units would be able to do it. And that's what they would do this turn. If you pick one of them, and you could do it again for the other one. So we could actually get 2 wolves here if we want to expand fast. We might want to do that. Probably not very good units though, right? If we go back into this here and do summon wolves here, if we right click, we can see what the spell does. Conjuration, level 0. We'll get to the magic here. Magic passes nature. When we do have 2 units for that. Upkeep is 1. That's very important. We're only making 3. Doesn't seem like it's that useful. Maybe if we attack, use them, we'll create this right before we attack. Might be more helpful. So that's summon wolves. But if you want to see the wolves, you can't really... It's not linked here. I recommend they would link here. That would be great. But you can click on units and then go down. It's sorted here alphabetically. We can find a wolf, and we're going to get this. So mana upkeep 1, you can see the stats here before you actually recruit them. And that's actually quite a bit to this game, as you can see. Okay, so we could do that, but I'm thinking I don't want to spend that on upkeep. Instead, what we can do here, we have 3 of these holy casters. We can tell them to research. If we select one of these units, I don't know if I can see how much... Yeah, 3 research here for the priest. That's what he generates every turn. Research will get converted into research here, which we get to in a second. And if we select the monk, he generates 1. So maybe not as tempting to do him. Instead, we could maybe cast a spell with him. Maybe, but we'll take all 3 here. There'll be 5 more in research. Right now we're doing none. We're not researching anything, and we're getting 3 from the city itself. Why did we get it from the city? Well, we had that special wizard's tower. Gives us 3. Let's go ahead and say research on that. And now they're doing research here. So now we're going to see plus 5 from the army. 3 from the priest and 1 from the monks. So 5. If we go now in here in this box over here, these are different commands. F5 or click on this. We have 3 different paths. Conjuration, evocation, enchantment. And the way that works is we're level 0 right now. Once you go up a level, you get access to anything within that path, within that level. So in our case, remember, we only have Holy and Nature right now for those magic users, the priests and the monks. I don't know, we can get more later probably using buildings or whatnot, but for now we can only really access this one. That's why we have access to the wolves only, not the imps or the skeletons. If we go to level 1, so if I tell everybody here, focus on conjuration, all our 8 points here is going to go towards that. Then eventually we'll get level 1, and then we have these. You can see that summon fanatics and healers. Don't you think healers would be a good thing? Right-click for that for more info. A squad of novice healers. And I think if I go down here, healer, there. They have a holy water vial, 3 ammo. I think that is ranged holy water vial. That's against the enemy. Heal 4, I guess, is what you would get. And when you're in a battle, by the way, they are not, you can't control them directly, but they're going to do what they can in the battle. So they would go ahead and do the heal on our other units. I'm tempted to get this one, right? That means we would have to go to level 1 in conjuration. There's more. Obviously, we have, what is this, astral? And chaos here. Death. Zombies down here, so it's all level 1. We can also go for evocation. Level 0 right now. Lesser heal here in a battle. So that's a battle spell. You can see the icon there is a battle. These are the rituals that you can do on the map yourself. So right now we can't do anything in any of these. But they can do lesser heal right away. These, I think. The units that have access to this here. Level 1, right? Or turn undead as well. Enchantment. So bless, they have access to bless. Bless is the target unit. So the accuracy is always hits. Every effect is 1, and we get an effect of bless. I don't actually know exactly what bless does. We'll see. We'll look in the battle. Anyway, I'm thinking about going for conjuration and get some of those healers maybe. We could also get the fanatics or bears, you know? Tough bears. 1 upkeep though. Expensive. That is expensive. Maybe it's better to get something that we can use right away in a battle. We have 2 here. And then heal and lay on hands. That would also be tempting, right? But to do that, we would have to send those magic users into battle with or the priest and the monk, right? Enchantment. Empower animal. Resist poison. So if we cast a bear and then we keep our monks in the battle, you know, the ones that have nature, they could then add strength to their animal, the bears, right? That's level 1. I don't know about this one here. Bless is good, level 1. We'll go for enchantment. I like this one because it doesn't cost anything in upkeep, right? It's just for the battle. Let's go for that. That's going to be 13 turns before we're done. So it's quite a bit, but that's okay, right? It's 0 to 100 right now. We get 8 per turn, so 13 turns there to get that. Okay, what else do we have? Our capital city is here. We know that. We can escape out of there. We can look at the economy, what we have. We have 1. It's a pretty good view here, actually. We're not producing anything. We can see that right there, so we should fix that. 17 turns, we get a new worker, go up to 6. And we're producing food, production, gold, mana, and research. There. Okay, so go back to the city then, our capital. And if you have more than one city, you can get arrows on the right and left, and you can go to the next city. So what do we want to get here? Well, there's not going to be anybody around us. I don't think anybody's going to attack us, so maybe we want to build something. Do we want to go for a building, or do we want to get more units? You know, we're going to send out our settler, right? But do we need to attack anybody right away? Maybe not. I'm looking at our money here, negative 2.5. Do we have anything else we can do? A shrine. I bet you anything that does just give us more mana. It's good, though, but it costs 1 upkeep. The scribe will give us more research, a lot more research, actually, but it's, again, upkeep there of gold. Sawmill, if you have a lot of forest here, plus 2 income, plus 1 on forest tiles. Well, let's see what we have. What is this here? That's forest. We have 4 of them here. So that's pretty good, right? That was the... what was it? Sawmill, right? Yeah. So 1 more. So 2 automatically, and then 1 more. So we can pump out more units or buildings quicker. The Miners Guild gives us, an upkeep of 1. 2 more production, and hills and mountain tiles. For us here, I think, you know what? This looks pretty good here. That's swamp. I keep thinking that's hill. This is hill. There's only 2 of them here. So forest would be a better option for us. Swamp, not very good. Okay, so let's go back down here again. What do we have? That's Miners Guild. Barracks provides simple accommodation and training facilities for military troops. Cost 1. Plus 10 sword militia to city defense. We have already a couple here, right? Plus 1 experience for new military units. Yeah, every unit can go up in experience as well. And they gain attack skill, defense, something else. And then 5 XP per turn for garrison military units. Okay. 10%, so that's actually very good, isn't it? 10% reduction in cost of military units. And we can build the armory. But again, it's going to cost us upkeep. I'm concerned about that, right? The stables. We get 2 more production on horse tiles. We have horses right outside our city, right? We get another horse militia unit there. Squad of 10, yep. And then Apprentice Guild, what do we get here? 2 gold in upkeep per turn, 1 extra mana, 2 extra research, and then when we have these tiles, which we don't, oh wait, we do have the shadow, what was it called again? This one over here. Shadow gems, see there? There's 1 gem there. But that means we have to move people over there, right? To take advantage of that, and I'm not sure I'm ready for that. Was that the Apprentice Guild? Yeah, it was. Plus 3 monk to city defense. Oh, we already have 2 monks, right? Plus 5 XP per turn for garrison caster units. Oh, it's all good, right? These are all good. I like them a lot. Mason's Guild here costs 2 upkeep, but gives us 2 production. And then we can build a lot more. Right. Farmers market with granary. You know what? I want to see that. Buildings. Farmers market. What do we get? Income bonus 3 broccoli and 3 gold. And then special bonus. More food. Yeah, this is good. That's fur. More gold. We need to get this one. Farmers market. But to get that, we need to get the Mason's Guild first, right? Yeah, we do. Let's get this. Because I can't build a farmers market right now. As you can see, it's not available. Let's go for the Mason's Guild. That will take us 9 turns. Great. And if you go back out here, you can see there, it's filled in a little bit. So it's going to take us a little while to get that. And we can also actually go back to this one. We can see 9 turns there. So that looks pretty good. We have still outstanding actions here. We have 3 active companies. You know what? I don't want to leave the city with everybody because, as we said, we had a problem here in the city. If we go too far down, every unit of... no, I shouldn't say that. We get a reduction of 1.5. Let's go ahead and select our units again. At least let's take the scout out. We'll take the scout and move him somewhere to kind of get an eye on where we could put maybe a second city. Let's move him out here. He has 2 movements. Costs 2 to go on that terrain. What do we get here? Wheat. More food. More gold. Okay, good. That could be enemies here, neutral cities. That could be monsters out there, lairs. So we have to keep that in mind. Do we want to send a settler out? I'm tempted to do it. Let's send him out there too. Now, let's look now and see if anything has changed as far as the rebels. Now, 1.5 reduction from garrison still. So that means that if you look at the city here, one more time, here, each one of these provide a reduction of 0.5 in unrest. And right now, our unrest is 1.25. And it can't be, I guess, more than 1. No, 0. So right now, if I move anybody out of here, we're going to be losing some population to rebels, right? Because right now we have enough to offset that. I think actually, here's what happens. See the number there, 1.25. That's our unrest. 1.5 is our reduction, so that gives us really a negative unrest of 0.25, right? But I think as long as you have less than 1, they round it down to 0. So we could afford to probably take out 2 of those units. And the way you do that, you select your army here. If you want to create another one, you can just go ahead and put one here. Swordsman. And then you can take these. If I take these 2 out, I think I'm still okay. Let's see. Go 1 here. And now we go back into the city. Now you can see there, rounded down from point. Yeah, right. So here we go. So we are rounding down points from 0.75 to 0. So leaving 1 unit would be enough. You know what? We'll do that. Although once we have 13 turns, 17 turns, I guess, we're going to have to get another population. We'll get more unrest, but by that time, we'll have another unit, right? I think we will. We'll go over there with those 2. So that means the city is here, and I think I can go and say sentry. Don't do anything else, just wait here. Or I can tell you, just wait for 1 turn. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. All right, that's good. And now we're kind of done. We don't have any more actions. The options here, by the way, we can see the roster of our armies. At home, we have this. And in army here, we have these. So it's pretty good. It's a pretty good view. Research we covered. And alchemy is where we can convert money to mana if we need to. Global rituals, we don't have any. I don't have access to any. So we'll have to see how that goes. Battle history, we don't have any right now. And then the score graph. We can only see ourselves. Later on, we'll see more here. But there's quite a bit of data here. And then we have the game menu and help. I already showed you the help here. That's it. Minimap down here. Let's go and go to the next turn. Everybody's moving. Okay, so here we are again. Okay, we didn't see anybody. Yeah, see what I mean? But this green, it's just a little bit too heavy, I feel. Anyway, we could put a city. Now, the city is here. We have to go further west. We'll take everybody and move over here. I don't want to get too close to the desert. It doesn't seem very good. Here's food. And there's some fertile plains here. More food means more faster expansion. That's interesting. 16 and 8. Yeah, we're not going to do anything else. I think we're just working away. I say we go for the next turn as well. All right, so we're just moving along. One potential area, it's kind of hard to see, but I think these are fertile plains. Yeah, you can see up there. Fertile plains here. If we move over here, we can still reach... Oh, remember, when you settle a new city, you will only have a radius of 1, I think. Look at this. More horses, first of all, over here. That's interesting. If we put a city here, we could reach potentially... Oh, that's the scout by himself moving. Okay. I didn't select everybody. If we put a city here, eventually we'll grow to take on all these, but at the beginning we won't have it. But down here is neutral monsters. 20 skeletal bowmen, 20 skeletal swordsmen, and 20 skeletons. That's way too strong for us. And there is something here. A cave, I don't know what it is, something. I have to keep that in mind. I don't know if they're going to spawn armies later on. They might very well. Like other games. So I'm tempted to go up here. If we take this one again and move up here. Oh, look at this. 20 orc crossbowmen and orc warriors as well. And you know what? We can actually... I think we can find out what they are. Yeah, select them and then we can see what they have. Right, click on them. And it might be a good idea to take a quick look at them here. Remember what I talked about experience? Well, once you have more experience... These 3 stats, I think it's only these 3, will go up. Attack, dodge, and accuracy. They have 11, 9, and 11. Strength, 12. How much damage is done by physical attacks. So that's similar to other games, Dominions, for instance. Attack skill is 11. Dodge, 9. Accuracy is 11. And then health, 17. The size will... How many units fit in a single battle tile? Yep, that makes sense too. So if we look at his weapons, a crossbow, ammo 15, range 25, and in the battle you don't control them, but it's important to know where you're going to place your units and see how they perform. Accuracy 13 and damage 16, and then a dagger. So they're going to be a ranged unit. That kind of makes sense, right? They have some resistances here. Holy immunity. So if we do holy spells, I guess it's going to be a bit of a problem. A humanoid, mountain survival, magic vulnerable, okay. And brave, so our nature spells might work. Orcs are violent and cruel humanoids, roughly the size of a large muscular human. Misspelled there. Their bravery and savagery make them feared warriors. Okay, so that's the crossbowman. If we look at the warrior itself, 12, 10, 8, 10. So less there, right? But he does have a spear. Attack 10, damage 15. More armor, right? Natural armor, scale helmet, and scale mail. If I look at them here, They had leather, right? So they're easier to take out on, hand-to-hand combat. Attack 11 here, damage 14 for the dagger. Attack 10, damage 15. So it's about the same, actually. Weight 2, that would be encumbrance, I guess. That would wear them down a little bit. And okay, so that's the warrior and the orc and the crossbowman there. Let's look at the skeletons instead. We have 10, I guess, regular skeletons. They have 9, so pretty low in attack, dodge, and accuracy. It looks like 8 health. Compare that to orc, 17. They have a claw. They have to get close. 9 attack, 8 damage, also less. What do they have here? Holy vulnerability. That's a good one, right? To send down with our units if we have some holy spells. Crushing vulnerability as well. Frost resistance. Piercing resistance. Okay, important to know, right? I mean, swordsman doesn't seem like the best option here, probably. Piercing, ignore chance. Okay, and then dispel immunity, psionic immunity, death immunity, and poison. Okay. They're humanoids, undead, lifeless, mindless, tireless, skeletal, non-replenishing. Oh, they don't gain any hit points back. Brittle, and magic vulnerable. Crushing vulnerability increased by 5. Crushing. A mace, for instance. You know what? I want to go back here and check out my units that we have in the city. What do we have on the priest? Dagger. They're using daggers. I was thinking they used the mace or something, but they don't. So they used piercing damage, I think, here on the dagger. Okay. What about the monk? Dagger as well. Won't do much. But we do have magic here. Holy magic. That would be helpful. Anyway, I think... Well, actually, we didn't look at the rest of them. That was the skeletal, or the skeleton. The skeletal swordsman. 868. Wait a minute. 999. Not as good there. But they have a rusty broadsword. Okay. And then armor. So do a little bit better there. There's another one there. And then we have some bowmen. 969. They can't really dodge very well. Rotten short bow. Range 19 damage. Yeah. It's going to be hard to take them out, right? That's 60 units. I don't think I can do it now. We have 2 more units to move. That's right. Do we want to move up there and just take that city? I might want to do that. What we'll do is move up there. Everybody's sitting there. Next turn, let's send out the scout. 2 more hexes, and we'll see if we find a better spot. That's him here. If we don't, let's go ahead and put a city down here. Nothing there. Oh. Neutral monsters. Bowman 20, longbowman 10, slinger 10, spearman 10, and there's something else there too. But I'd say we settle a city right away. I think I'm going to have that, we're going to get some fertile plains here. That's going to give us food, and that's going to make us expand quicker. So we have the settler selected. We'll set him here. New city. Halshaw. Sounds good. And here it is. We have a population of 1. Here. We have the city itself, and then that. That's good. We can get more, So it's going to take 9 turns to grow another population. I think maybe when we get to 5, it expands, if I have to guess, and that would be nice. We'd be in good shape then. So now we're making more gold right away. So that is one way to get more gold, right? 2.5 now. Just directly in the city itself. We're getting 2 here. So, yeah. And I think that's going to have to do it for the very first episode. By the way, we can go back to the city if we wanted to. You can see the circles there, how close we are to getting the next level. But anyway, I will follow up with a second video. So if you like this, give me a like, and I will see you then, I guess.